All right, Lalo, what do you want?
What do you mean? What do you want? What? Your title says Ruby's nuts. Lalo wants to talk, and you have a lot to talk about here. Clearly, there's this whole conspiracy that Ruby's alleging against you. She's seeking an RO as we speak right now. So you have plenty to answer to be honest.
To you?
No, to Ruby.
I, I didn't do anything wrong to Ruby. I thought you wanted to fight. What are we talking about here? What is this? The whole point
You're
of this?
floundering. You said you've been waiting for half an hour, and you're like, "Oh, well, what are we talking about?" You know exactly what we're talking about.
I'm only here to talk about the fight.
And of course, we're going to get to that. But also, you put
Well,
Ruby in the title, so that doesn't help with your RO, now does it?
I'm not worried about a Raro. I'm worried about punching you in the face. That's what I'm here for.
Why? You're 50 years old. Why do you care?
I think you're asking for it
How so?
just by being a prick all the time.
Aren't you the one that said, "Oh, hey, Grace," after paragraphs and paragraphs, a myriad of things, rather creepy, stalkerish behavior, whatever. Okay, let's not bring up Dalmatian in this, but you're the one that does all this thing, talking about how you're gonna like consummate a marriage with the person that we don't know exists, the Latino wife you claim to have or will have, and to
Are
Grace,
you
and then what?
are you going to meet up or not? That's
Of
really
course.
all I'm here to.
Yes, yes.
All right, where are we going to meet up? How is the fight going to go? And how do I know you're not just playing games again?
I'm trying to skip the games actually, and I'm willing to go to New England. I've done it half a dozen times. Okay, and to be completely clear here, you're the one that put Ruby's nuts. So again, for you to be like, "Oh well, I'm not going to talk about this," when I've been willing and am reaffirming that I'm willing to fight in New England of all places.
Okay,
Well, it
so
seems like maybe you should actually
when
speak about what you put in the title. So
okay, Ruby is nuts. That's all I have to say about that right now. So where are we fighting? When are we fighting? And how do I know you're not going to just back out last minute? Because you up till this point, you have not been a very trustworthy person. Schedule it. Yeah, Ricky's right. Schedule it. That's what I'm trying to do. I need a date.
okay,
I need a location, and I need to know how can I trust you. They're actually gonna. If I show up there, if I drive to the boxing ring or wherever, how do I know you're actually going to fight? You're not going to back out last minute and chicken out and try to come up with some excuse to not fight.
okay. Well, to just address the chat so far, apparently. It does say that Ruby is nuts, that's all, and you do not have a backbone when it comes to Ruby. I think you are afraid of the RO. In fact, when it
No, I
comes
just think
to
the
what,
Ruby
no,
conversation
are you going to
was
let me
for me.
finish, or are you afraid of what I'm going to say?
I'm going to actually put you in mute for a little bit. The the Ruby's Nuts stream was supposed to be for me, Dalmatian, and Edward. And if you didn't show up, I thought I would just talk about that. But I decided I wasn't even going to have the stream unless you showed up. So now that you're here, and while you're here, I think we should be talking about the fight.
Okay, of course, but you're trying to fight me, despite not really having a good motive to do so, according to pretty much anyone who watches you, all 10 of them. And I will say that when it comes down to you, though, I just don't think that it'd be good if you were to say, well, I want to fight this guy, blood, fisticuffs, the whole works. And then you can't even talk about Ruby, who you live, I don't know, like 8 hours away from. So, number one. Number two, I'm willing to fight you, I don't know, on the soonest weekend, maybe next weekend, in New England somewhere, be it Maine, Rhode Island, Bloodhaven. I'm kidding. So,
Okay, so where are we going to fight? Are we going to have any officiation, or are we just going to fight in the parking lot?
I would like some officiation given that you have these very, I would say, homicidal tendencies. You are someone who was talking about taking a shotgun to meet up with Grace. You were the one that brought guns across state lines, believe it or not, to a 20-year-old girl that's never actually shot guns before. So you are the type that would be really insane. And in fact, I recall you saying earlier this year, be it weeks or maybe a few.
All right, so let's start out with bringing guns across state lines. I have never brought a gun across state lines to Grace's house or anyone else's. The shotgun content was something Jeremy proposed. I bought the ammunition. I had everything ready. Um, yeah, if you're going to be talking like Ruby, you're going to expect to be treated like Ruby.
Who's that addressing?
You, Lalo.
How am I
Ruby's been
talking like Ruby?
Ruby's just been spreading stupid lies that she doesn't have. Yeah, an axe is not a firearm. The axe stays with the Jeep. The axe is part of the equipment that stays in the back of the Jeep.
Okay, so you didn't bring guns in like a paper bag or something when you first met up with Grace and replaced the oil on the college campus?
That was not across state lines.
Where was it?
It was all within the state,
Of?
Maine.
Now, what's interesting here is that she wasn't registered
Okay,
at all to
Lalo,
do such a thing.
Lalo,
What's
Lalo.
up?
We're just here to talk about the fight.
Well, you made a stream about Ruby, and you said, well, if he doesn't call in, which of course I'm always good for, because I'm not
No,
afraid, unlike you, that we could address a litany of things. It's called having a show. You put it in the title, so if we mention it in passing, there's nothing wrong with that,
so
and
Lalo,
there should
you've
be no
been
shame in
playing
it.
games the entire time here. You've
I
been
haven't.
all your texts have been saying you're never going to fight. That I can beat you. You're scared. You won't fight.
You could beat me. Now,
Why
the
should
problem
I
with you,
believe?
though,
Why should I believe that this isn't just another game? Why
no,
should I believe you're
I'm
actually
willing to
going to
fight,
do it?
but I believe, and Grace would concur with this, and the text that she leaked without my permission, which, to be clear, you're pretty used to. She knows that you are pretty out of control, and so that's the problem. You've said before, be it in Discord or on stream chats, many of them, by the way.
So Lalo, I'm not going to give you what you want on this stream. All I want from you is a date and a time and the details of the fight. You want it to be officiated by an actual boxing referee, or like could Ben do the job? Could Jeremy come and do the job? Or does it have to be at like a sanctioned area with a sanctioned like everything?
Okay, now this muting thing is not going to work if you're going to be trying to stop what I'm saying here because
Lalo, you're not in control here. You are going to be banned for real if you don't actually make an actual plan to get unbanned. Is that clear? Just nod. So that's what we're here for. We're not here to talk about Ruby. We're not here to try to push buttons. We're here to plan a fight.
okay. So I'm willing to work out the logistics, but again, if you're muting me, that's not what Damius wants. You've been appealing to Damius, saying that he'll
Okay,
ban
you know
me
what?
if
You
you.
know what? That's a good idea. Let's let Damius work out the logistics. You and I have tentatively agreed to sometime this weekend or next weekend. We'll let Damius decide where and when and how.
Hold on. No, I have stuff to say here, okay? Because we need Damius
No,
engaged in the chat. He was in here 5 minutes ago, so I think we can ask him questions as we're going on here. But I do have something to say.
I don't care what you have to say, Lal. This is not a platform for you to air your grievances or whatever else.
What
This is just
grievance
here.
am I talking about here? You're the one that named it Ruby's Nuts. You're the one that, according to her, again, she's insane.
Lalo, this isn't about Ruby. This is about a fight.
Okay, ask Damius, does he want me to help you discuss the RO stuff and stuff like that? Because apparently, I think that's what he wants. And you're appealing to authority. Fair enough. He's in control. Okay, fair enough. Now, will you be an adult here, or are you going to be a coward?
I'm not the one that's been running from the fight.
You
I'm
are
not the one.
clearly.
I'm not
You
the one that's been
sabotaged
saying
it
I'm scared of
before
fighting
because you
you
said
because I know
you
I'll
said
lose.
you said that
See, even
once I
Tyrone,
start punching you, I won't stop. I might kill this
even
guy.
Tyrone
Why?
gets it. We're here to plan a fight.
We are. But
So,
you said you've lied like at least 3 times on the stream, and so let's address those lies. So first of all, you're saying that you would never give Grace a gun across state lines. Now, I do have a scrandshot here from
no,
January 9th of
I'm
2024
saying that
where
I
you
never
said that
brought guns across
you had
state
a
lines.
22 LR handgun, and apparently it belonged to your sister. I don't know who that is. And that what you do is you put it in Grace's pocket. And then if a guy starts getting handsy with you, you simply guide his wayward hand over to your gun and say, please don't make me kill you. And then just calmly look straight ahead. So you are trying to give guns to Grace. And you offered to give Ruby against Grace, by the way, which is fucking ridiculous. What was it, like a concrete gun or something? So you are
So
someone who is pretty
again,
insane.
Lalo, we are here to talk about a fight. We're not talking about Ruby. We're not talking about guns.
Then how about you go ahead right now and remove Ruby off the stream,
Sure, I
off
will
the title?
actually. I will. I will delete that right now. But I'm asking you, where are we going to meet and what date?
Yeah, of course. Let's see. So apparently, what days are I mean, you own your own company, so you should have pretty much any day,
Yep.
available,
I
right?
can I can make time for this one.
Beautiful. Now, let's see. We do have an influx of chats over here, so can you read Damius's comments real quick?
Hang on, let me remove Ricky's. I'm not seeing anything from Damius. Let me pull him up on this one.
He sent several things.
All right. How does fighting in Maine in a forest with good connection? Let me pull it up. So that's the thing is, are you concerned about this fight being legal?
Well, of course, I wouldn't want your channel to be in trouble or anything like that.
I'm not so worried about what the channel. I'm talking about actually police showing up and arresting us.
Okay, well, I mean, you would know more. Ruby alleges a criminal record. I don't know of one, so maybe you know better.
No, I'm saying it's not a mutual combat state. So if we're fighting somewhere where the police get called, we will most likely have police interaction.
Yeah, I can predict that. So what's your resolution towards that?
I thought we were going to go in the ring and we are going to have an actual referee and that type of stuff.
Well, that makes sense because you said that you wouldn't stop if you beat me in the fight, which is why I was talking to Grace about that exactly. So
Yeah, I don't want to like have to baby you. I want to fight you as hard as I can. I want the referee to stop if things get too bad. That's the whole point. I think both of us should take the fight as seriously as possible.
of course. So Damius has a comment. I don't know why you're not reading these, but apparently he said about a minute ago, Texas
Texas
is
is
a
a mutual
mutual.
combat state, but you both have to be willing.
Now, I'm under the impression that you either can't legally fly or you have like some weird phobia about flying because nobody's ever heard of you doing that in about 50 or so years that you've been alive, being
What?
generous here. Are you against flying anywhere
No, I've visited family, and where do you think my girlfriend lives? Lalo.
in your head? I don't know.
Okay. I've been to Texas many times, but I'd rather not make this like a 6-day thing. I'd rather just beat you up and be done with it.
Okay, well, you're not in the position to be asking because I've flown around the whole time. I
Actually,
flew
no,
to
you're not in
Gracie,
the position to be
and
asking anything. You have to either
I'm
accept
in
these
complete
terms.
leverage here. You're the one that's scared
Absolutely
of
not.
even mentioning the people that's in your title, which is rather pathetic.
What, Ruby? No, I'm saying you always try to take like the content that about Ruby should be done with Dalmatian, people that are more interesting. You're not a person that I want to
Well,
have a
that's
conversation with.
ironic that you say that I'm not in control when you're the one that's getting ghosted by Dalmatian to your own admission. Is that not true?
You're not in control, Lalo. Actually, Dalmatian has ghosted everybody. Jeremy's been trying to reach him. Everyone's been trying to reach him. He could be in jail for all we know. Uh,
Okay, I got muted again. Okay, so you're saying that you're in control, meanwhile, you can't get Dalmatian to respond to you, and no one cares about Jeremy either which way. And you're the one that's trying to instigate him, getting on stream
I'm
to
saying
apparently allegedly harass Ruby, which is
I'm saying you're the one that needs this fight to happen. I could care less if it happens. I have nothing to gain or lose from this. He's not in jail. The Decentralized says he's not in jail. I don't know. Someone started that rumor earlier today that he probably isn't replying to text because he's in prison. But I don't know. That seems kind of far-fetched to me.
okay. So when it comes to, I got sidetracked over here. So ultimately, you're committed to fighting, but you don't want to travel, which is ironic because I have traveled the last, I don't know, 6 to 8 times. So what's your apprehension towards going to a state where you wouldn't have to have a referee because you do want to kill me? So what's your umbrage with that?
I'm saying there's no reason if we're going to do it in a gym with like trained people, there's no reason to pick a mutual combat state. Why make it a 6-day event? We could just get it done in an afternoon.
Why would it be a 6-day event? I mean, it'd be like 1 or 2 days. I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm not interested in just flying out punching you, getting on a plane and coming back. That's a lot of effort for not much reward. So I'm going to go to Texas. I'm going to actually do stuff in Texas.
You could do that. What's the problem? You own your own company.
I'm saying
So
you're making this. Yeah, actually, this is a very busy time of the year for my company. We're actually doing a lot of projects right now. But I'm saying why you need me to do this a lot more than I need you for any of this. So I'm saying you should be a little bit more willing to work with my schedule and what I want to do.
okay, so number one, you said we in regards to a one-person company. Secondly, also you're saying that I need it more than you, whereas I'm talking about getting unbanned from a Discord server, whereas you're speaking about exactly what? Because it seems like you're more desperate to see this happen than me, yet you're not able to fly, which is kind of weird. It's kind of like a sticking point, and a lot of people
Why do you
are
keep
picking
saying
up
that?
on this.
Why do you keep saying that? What makes you think I've never flown? What makes you think that I can't fly? Ben said this before. He said I couldn't take public transit because I didn't go down to their ABA meetup, or I was too scared to leave the state. I've left the state probably at least 6 times since then to visit him. I don't know where you're coming with all these accusations, and I think you're just trying to misdirect. I think you don't want to have this fight, and that's why you're trying to like bring up all these other topics.
I love to have the fight. You're talking about how I
Okay,
may or
so
may
if
not
you're
have
100%,
what?
100%, you are going to fight a Jim and
Yes.
Maine. Angel, so good. It's
Yes.
settled
Now
with Jim
with
and
you,
Maine.
it's less than 100% though, because you're
Okay,
not
so
the one that's you're
If
cowering around.
Damius picks the day, is your schedule tied up? Can you leave anytime you want?
Yeah, I mean, on a weekend, you sure we can leave on a
If
Friday.
Damius picks the date and the place and works out all the details, you're committed to fight.
Yeah, and Damius wants it to be in Texas, and that's where we're having a problem.
So you just think I can't go to Texas. That's why you're picking that spot.
Maybe you need a week to get on train all the way there. I don't know. But it seems like it, and Ben pointed it out. And Ben is kind of an astute person when it comes to your psyche, apparently.
No,
So,
he's been wrong about basically everything too. He's
like
made
what?
everything. I'm not getting into this, Lalo. I just want to. Okay,
Then why
how
bring it
about
up then?
you just brought it up? I just responded to it. But let's just
No,
say,
you
okay,
didn't.
a gym in Maine. We're picking a gym in Maine. Go to a park with some gloves. If it's out of the way, Pixie, if it's not where anybody's going to see it and report it, that's fine. But it's not legal to fist fight in the state of Maine. Jim and Maine is settled. Okay, so we've that's okay. We've accomplished that much. Lalo is willing to fight at a gym in Maine, and he's willing to let Damius pick the location and the day, so you can stream it. I believe we'll be able to stream at the gym. We just have to talk to them about it before we set everything up. All right, so that I feel like we've accomplished something today, Lalo. I think that's the farthest
Okay,
we've got towards this.
but but it does seem pretty
Did
apparent
you
though
did
that
you
you're
or
the
did you
one
not
that's.
agree? Did you or did you not agree to those 3 things? We will fight. We will fight in Maine, and we will fight in a gym.
But
That Damius chooses.
what people
I
are
don't care
curious
what people
about
are
is
curious
your
about. I
lack.
don't care about what people are curious about. I need a
Aren't you a
yes.
streamer?
I need a yes or a no from you, Lalo. Would you agree to those 3 things?
I agree with the spirit of them, but you're again ducking questions here. And so, I mean,
No, you're the one ducking questions. I agree to the spirit of them is not the same as yes, I agree to do those 3 things.
you've ducked literally every single fucking question, even including
You're
what you
trying to
have in
change
your
the
own
subject.
title.
You're trying to do everything but arrange
Nuh-uh,
a fight
nuh-uh.
here.
No, we're trying
Here
to
we
flush
go.
this out here
Angel
because
has
you're the
this.
one that's not
Angel's
even
been
willing to leave the
listening.
state, even though I'm the one
Angel's
that's
been
supposed to fly
listening.
across the country to do
He's
exactly
got
that.
he's got the gist of the entire conversation. I just want you to finalize and say yes. Those 3 things. Damius picks the place. I'm going to show up and fight.
I've been down to do this, but you also know that Damius wants to hear answers towards these questions. I think he would know or would like to know what you think about the Ruby situation. You're not appealing to
Damius does
Damius
not care.
correctly.
Okay.
He does
Ruby.
care, and he'll say exactly that
All right.
soon.
I shouldn't even give you this victory, but Ruby has spread a lot of lies about me and other people. I don't know how much of what she said about Dalmatian is a lie, but I feel like he has the right to respond publicly to the accusations that she's made publicly. That's why I wanted to reach out to Dalmatian. I feel like she's very, very, very much painting this in a one-sided way, and I want to hear Dalmatian's side.
Why wouldn't you just sue her then if it's defamation?
this isn't what we're here for, Lalo. I tried
Then
to.
why didn't you just bring it up, dude? You
I
can't just
made
be
a
saying that.
concession. I made a concession and addressed the topic so you would drop it. So now we
What?
need to know. Now we need to know: is it a solid yes from you? Or are you still going to say I just agree in spirit?
I'm down to do it, of course.
Okay, so then that's all we needed to talk about. Damis will work out the details. We'll
Not
set the
true.
date.
Not true. You're misdirecting from the Ruby thing. You're saying Ruby's nuts, and now you're walking it back. And I
I'm
think
not
Damis is
walking it
upset
back.
about that because he would like to hear your
Damis,
opinion.
no, no,
Do you not care about what he has to say about that?
no. I don't care what Damis thinks about Ruby. I care what Damis thinks about this fight.
Oh wow. Okay. It's tough, dude. And I wish you luck with the Dalmatian thing. I'd like to see that stream. It's probably not going to happen because you two guys are whipped, and it's looking pretty tough. And I think I'm confirmed in my impression that you cannot fly for whatever fucking reason. And Ruby is alleging that you have a criminal record. Now I have no idea about that. Doesn't seem legit. You're probably not someone who drinks or has had sex in his life at 51. So I believe that she's lying about that, but you won't even speak about it. And you're not even taking legal action. So what the fuck are you doing with your life?
Okay, I will talk to you about legal action. If I had filed legal action against Thorpe's, and if I filed legal action against Ruby, my real name will be out there. As of right now, no one has it. It's not worth it to me to take these small cases where I'm not going to make any money to give my name out to the public.
No, Ruby has that brother settlement that's worth millions. So she does have
I
money.
don't think that I can go after her for that money. I think that's in a trust. And again, it's not worth it to me to, like, even if you could tell me there's a guaranteed million, I would drop my name. But I'm just gonna avoid her for now. I do think Dalmatian's been done wrong. I don't think he's like this violent, dangerous person that she's trying to paint him out to be.
Well, doesn't
But
he have a
it's up to
cyber
him.
stalking charge, though, literally?
Okay, but we all know Dalmatian says and does crazy things, but he doesn't act on them. We all like his videos because he says so much unhinged and strange things about China and North Korea. Everybody knew that when they signed up for Dalmatian. So I feel like Ruby knows he's not dangerous. She's just trying to do this for drama, and I think it's unfair to Dalmatian.
Well, Anon brings up a good point here. Apparently, her mom bought her a condo, and that money can't be in a trust because it would be in her name, right? So that's got to be hundreds of thousands of dollars. So it seems like you're skirting the issue.
Again, if I knew for sure, like again, it might get to the point where I have to sue her. But right
What else
now,
would she have to say? She's said that you're a homicidal weirdo who's trying to bring a shotgun. She's implying that you're going to go down there on the behest of Grace Thorpe to kill her, and that's very serious stuff. And you're still not going to defend yourself legally, which is absurd.
It is getting into sue-worthy content, but again, like let's see, maybe she'll apologize tomorrow, and it's not going to be worth leaking my name.
She's not. Why hasn't she done that yet? And what are you threatening to make her
All right,
change her mind?
I made these small concessions. I talked about other subjects. We're back to the fight. We agreed that the fight will happen. The fight will happen in Maine at a boxing gym.
Okay,
Damis chooses.
Now maybe I'm throwing you a bone. Maybe I'll throw you a bone here, OPC. But seriously, if you're not going to commit to legal action and you're saying that you're ruling it out, she has expensive lawyers, and she's claiming that she already knows who you are, or she can find it out. I don't know how that works. And you're basically saying, oh, I'm going to back off. And you can't even get Dalmatian on the phone because he probably wants to support Ruby and whatever she's doing so he can crack her again, in which case you're shot out of luck and you're going to just get defamed and not get any legal retribution. And you won't even talk about Ruby on stream. So she'll say whatever the fuck she wants about you with impunity on her way to the methadone clinic on a weekly basis, and you can do nothing about it, apparently. And that's what you're affirming right now.
So, Lalo, can you read this text, this message here?
Jim45 says, Lalo, stop trying to weasel out of the fight through Ruby's lawsuits.
I think we're done, Lalo. I think if you want to talk about Ruby, you should start your own stream. I think you have some very fascinating things to say. I really can't wait to hear your brilliant take on it. Right now, I just want to talk about punching you in the face. And I think
why do you even want to do that?
I think we're done talking about that.
Well, okay. One question though. Why do you want to beat me up more than Ben does?
I think the things you have said, okay, the things that make me the maddest about what you did to Grace isn't really what you did to her. It was the way you talked about her afterwards. And that's why I've always had a problem with you, is because you'd say all of these things about me and other people behind our backs. And so I just feel like this warrants a punch in the nose.
So you're saying that Grace and Ben don't laugh behind your back? Because
They're
I've
they're
been
getting
there,
punched.
so
They're
I don't
getting
know.
punched. They're getting punched by life. They're about to be homeless. I don't feel like I have any need to humble them. Maybe it's because I care about you more, Lalo. I want to see you be a humbler person in life. But I think, yeah, I think a good punch in the face would be a good thing for you.
Okay, so you're saying that everybody's getting punched in life, in particular the Thorpes, and you're getting punched in life by getting defamed by Ruby Spacek of all people, and she
Hey,
gets like 10 times the audience that you do, and you won't
can
even
you
fight
read this?
back, but you'll fight
Can,
me. Why?
can you read this comment?
Didn't Lalo Groper? No, I didn't. There we go.
Is that your official take?
Yep.
There was no touching going on.
I didn't do nothing wrong.
I
Now,
think
you
I've
would
heard
know more
enough.
than
I think
me,
I've heard
so
enough. I think I'm excited about the fight, Lalo. I
also
can't
no,
wait to
okay,
see
but you
what's
didn't
happening.
really you didn't
I
address
think
that
this
one
is going to
question
be great. I
though.
think people are going to tune
Why
in
do
and
you
they're going to have
have
a
more homicidal
big
ideation
stream.
against me than Ben, her own father? Wouldn't he care
I
more? He
think
was literally
I
there.
think I think Ben should be the one that punches you. But since
Well,
Ben
why?
isn't
Okay,
going
but
to,
can you explain why he wouldn't do that? He has like 6 kids or something.
I've pitched it.
Why doesn't he care?
I've pitched it in DMs. I've pitched it in texts. I've pitched it
Why
in.
do they ignore you? And why are you fighting someone else's fight when they don't care as much as you do? How does that make any sense?
I mean, you said things about me. I do have a stake in this. I don't like you personally. I think
Okay,
you're
but
kind of a jackass.
okay, but you don't care about what people say about you because you wouldn't even sue Ruby back for defamation,
No,
which she has
if it
done to
gets
you
to the
according to
point,
you.
if it get to me, I think the thing that bothered me the most is the accusation that I had a DUI, because she knows I don't drink. She knows that's a lie. She might have some sort of delusionary thought that maybe some of the other stuff could be true. She knows that at least that one is not true, and that's a crime that, like, she could. Yeah, I if I'm going to sue her for something, it would probably be more along those lines, because that's something that's either a yes or no. Like, if she thinks I'm creepy, like, how do you defend that? Like, people can have an opinion, but where she's actually, like, factually said defamatory things, that's where I'd be more inclined to actually take legal action. But it's not to the level that I really care yet.
Okay, but isn't it also true that you try to get her a weapon to defend herself from Jeremy and Grace
She asked me for a
months ago?
gun. She asked me for a gun in chat. I said, yeah, I'll try to make that
Okay,
happen.
but didn't you
But
know
there
she was
was no
5150 like
there
years
was
ago?
no
Like she's already
concrete.
crazy.
Okay, let me back up. There was that was said for the. Did anybody ever? Everybody talks about this concrete gun, but nobody ever saw it because it wasn't there. We were just trying to. I was trying to make content. I was texting Ruby behind the scenes all during that, the whole trip down to Rhode Island, from the bowling alley and from the Jeep while Grace was driving there.
Okay, but you
Like,
were texting her before that though, right?
I thought we were in, like, complete understanding that this was not any kind of serious threat. So for her to spin it that way, it does seem like she was just farming content. But again, this is not, like, again, we're getting sidetracked. The fight, Lalo. Yeah, I think
Okay,
you've
but
agreed. I think
you've made a stream actually, believe it or not, where you were saying, "Oh, let's hype up the fight."
Lalo. I think people are tired of this game. I think we've agreed on this stream that yes, there will be a fight. It will be in Maine in a boxing gym. I think that's some very good progress. I think we let Damius pick the actual time and location and give us all the details. But I'm very proud of you for actually committing to do this. I think the stream is probably over now. I think we've said everything we need to say. If you have any last words, feel free to say them now.
Again, it seems like a total L for you. I mean, you can't get in contact with Dalmatian. You didn't really address the Ruby thing. Ben is her own father, was literally there, according to whatever the fuck happened, and doesn't care as much as you, which means either you.
All right. Thank you, Lalo. It was very nice talking to you today. I'm glad we made this big step towards the fight actually happening. I'm proud of you for actually being brave enough to do this finally. I think we should call it a stream. Have a good night, everyone.